multi-step equations, what we're gonna focus on today. Yesterday was 1 and 2 step equations, okay? Like I said just a second ago, it's the same thing as 1 and 2 step, okay? But just got to add another step for you, just so you have to review. Alright, so your first step, and this is what you work on in Bell Work today. Your first step is to distribute. And that's only if it's necessary. So, if needed. Alright. So if necessary, I wrote needed because necessary is one of those words. That's what they spell. And you guys want to get involved in one of those things. Alright. Number 2, something that we worked on earlier in the week, we want to combine like terms. Alright. And then 3, we're going to solve. Okay, so solve. And that's where we see something like yesterday, a 1 or 2 step equation, and we're isolating for our variable. Okay, that would be what that is. So looking at a problem like number one, we don't have anything that we have to distribute. So from the start, we're just going to go ahead and combine our like terms. So we're looking for what's the same variable. We've got 9x, we've got negative 7x. Okay, you've got the constants. Those are your numbers without the variables.
Like, I ain't new to you. I did it last year. So, like, ain't we gonna do the same thing where we, like, drag the number over and we subtract from both sides?
Yeah, well, if there's variables on both sides of the equation, we'll do that. Okay. This one, we're a little bit lucky because all the variables are on one side. So if you get something where they're on both sides, you have to do that. Okay. And like I said the other day, some teachers might show you put a box around things that are like terms, and you have a box and a circle, and that was an awful attempt at a triangle, but a triangle, I just always find it a little bit easier to go with a line. Plus, it helps you with what's, eventually when we get to standard form, it'll help you for the order and which things are supposed to go. Okay, so it's a good habit to get in. Alright, so we got 9x and then negative 7x, it's going to be 2x. So 9 minus 7 gives us 2x. 1 minus 5 gives us negative 4. Those are our like terms that we just combined. And then negative 20. That was on our right side. Now once we're to this point, we're at what we did yesterday, right? This is what we worked on yesterday in the lesson. Okay, we're going to isolate the x on the side by itself. We're going to add our 4. Okay, we're going to end up with the 2x dropping down. 2x is equal to negative 20 plus 4. Use your calculator on this. Okay, I know we might think, I know what negative 20 plus 4 is. Be on the safe side and plug it in the calculator. The calculator is expensive, might as well use it, right? Negative 20 plus 4 is negative 16. Thank you, Adrian. Okay, we got 2x is equal to negative 16, right? Then we're going to divide by 2. And we've got x that is equal to, be careful, negative 8. Put you on the right track. Don't forget that negative. Alright, remember, and I'll show this real quick just for number 1. We won't do it for every problem, even though you could. Alright, you can always check your answers on these. Okay, so here I could say 9 times x. We know x is negative 8. Okay, so 9 times negative 8 plus 1 minus 7x. So 7 times negative 8. Okay, minus 5. This should equal negative 20. Okay, 9 times negative 8 is negative 72 plus 1. Okay, negative 7 times negative 8 is a positive 56. Okay, and then minus 5. Okay, negative 72 plus 1 is negative 71. 56 minus 5 is plus 51. Negative 71, sorry, this is equal to negative 20, equal to negative 20. Okay, negative 71 plus 51 is negative 20. Negative 20 equals negative 20. so we know we worked the problem right, okay? Don't forget that you can go back and check these answers by plugging back in for whatever your variable is. All right, so here we get to use the first step that we talked about, the distribute if needed. Okay, we've got this -7 that needs to be multiplied to the inside of the parentheses. Okay, that's what Millwork was on today, was distributing. Okay, so we're going to have 91, and this 7 gets multiplied to everything in the parentheses. So -7 times 3a is -21a. -7 times -1 is a +7. All right, then we would subtract our 7 from both sides. The -21a drops down. You end up with 91 minus 7, which is 84. This is equal to -21a. Divide by -21, divide by -21, and a is equal to -4. Good. Any questions there? All right, so let's move on. Okay, so number 3, need to distribute first, right? That's always gonna be your first step if you got it. And that's not the best color for that, so let's go blue. All right, and distribute that in. Okay. Nothing happens to this -4m yet, right? Nothing happens, so we're just gonna drop that down. You're gonna have 4m. -5 times 3m is -15m. -5 times +10 is -50. And then it's equal to 126. You'll want to notice on your left side, you've got like terms, so you've got 4m minus 15m, which is -11m, minus 50 is equal to 126. Add your 50, okay, the 11m, the -11m drops down, you got -11m, that cancels. 126 plus 50 is 176. Divide by 11. And again, m is equal to 176 minus 11, divided by 11, which is -16. -16. Any questions there? If I end up where I'm moving too fast, slow me down. It's not gonna hurt my feelings. Everybody good? All right, let's look at number 4. Okay, so number 4 is a problem where you have to distribute into 2 different places. Okay, you got the -3 that gets multiplied in. Okay, so you'll have a -3 that gets multiplied in. You'll also have this negative that gets multiplied in. Okay, when you just have a negative, essentially that just changes your signs. This is basically just a -1 that gets distributed in. Okay, but it just flips your signs. Okay. -3 times k is -3k. -3 times -8 is a +24. -1 times k is -k. -1 times +5 is a -5. Notice here, like this was a positive k, it was just a negative. So it went from being a positive k to a negative k. A +5 to a -5, because that was your negative out in front. This is equal to 23. Like terms, you want to find those, underline them, keep them straight. All right, -3k minus k is -4k. 24 minus 5 is 19. That's +19. This is equal to 23. All right, subtract after 19. Drop your 4K, negative 4K. You got negative 4K is equal to 23 minus 19, which is 4. I heard somebody say it back there. Great job. I'll rewrite this up here. I'm not doing any work. I'm just rewriting it. So negative 4K is equal to 4. Now I'll move to my next step. Okay. Next step to divide by negative 4. Negative 4, and then you end up with K is equal to negative 1. Great job. Great job. Any questions there? All right. Let's move to 5. Okay, so we got this negative 6 that's going to get distributed in. All right, you got 20. 20 is equal to 10x. 20 is equal to 10x minus 12x. Okay, minus 12x. And then minus 30. Minus 30. Okay, these are like terms. You got 20 is equal to 10x minus 12x, which is negative 2x, and then minus 30.
You're gonna do
No, you're gonna add
the 2. No,
30.
30.
We're gonna add 30. Add 30. 20, 30 plus 20 gives me
10. Oh no, 50.
50. Alright, I'm gonna rewrite this up top. Okay, this is 50 is equal to negative 2x.
You got to divide by 2.
Divide by
Negative 2.
negative 2. And x is equal to negative 25. Great job. Like a little participation. Makes me feel good. Any questions? 3, 4, 5. Coach Jackson, let me know what you think here. We've got 5 more problems on this sheet. Okay. I had this front, these next 5, and then I had this sheet as well that I thought about doing today. Thinking maybe push the second sheet to Monday.
Okay. So you asked me, what should we do?
I think we should move this to Monday.
Yes.
Today's homework is going to be on Tuesday.
Okay, yeah.
And then for today, for what they need to work on in class and outside of class, is all the assignments that were this week. Give them until Monday to make sure all those are done.
Okay,
Think that'll work?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish this sheet, okay? All these assignments that I've assigned to you this week, I'm gonna reopen, okay? To where you have until Monday morning at 8:30 to get done. I want you to start off on a good foot, okay? You wanna make sure that those Khan Academies get done, okay? I'm not as worried about Bellworks. I want you to do Bellworks, and I want you to give a great attempt at Bellworks, okay? But my focus is on this practice. So, I'm gonna open those back up, give you till Monday morning at 8:30 to get all the assignments from this week done. Okay, I've already assigned today's homework, which is on this, but I'm gonna leave that one, those 3 open until Tuesday morning. Does that make sense? All right, we'll do that. That work for y'all? Make you feel better? All right, let's finish this strong. We got, try to get done with this at 9:25 or so. All right, so number 6, we want to distribute this 8 inside. Okay, do I distribute the 8 to the negative 4?
No.
So why not?
Because it's not a
Is
parentheses.
Braxton here?
Not in the parentheses.
Braxton.
Alright, so you got 8 times 2W, which is 16W. Okay, 8 times -1, which is -8. Okay, and then drop down your -4W.
Oh, Coach Pierce, I got a question. Why that 16 ain't gonna be negative?
Why is it not gonna be negative?
Oh, cause the 8 not negative.
8's not a negative, right, and the 2W is not a negative. Okay. That is 4, yeah, -4W. Okay, that just comes from what the top gave us, which is dropping down. Okay, the 16W and the 4W are like terms. So you got 16W minus 4W, okay, which is 12W. You messed me up there. 12. All right, 12W, yeah, 12W. You're on the right track to change your mind. All right, minus 8 is equal to -116. What do I do next?
Oh, subtract 8.
No, plus.
Plus 8. We'll do the opposite, okay? Somebody tell me what that good math word is for opposite. If we're thinking of something else, inverse, right? That's what we're looking for, inverse operations. You're thinking of fractions, right? We do the opposite of fractions, that's your reciprocal. All right, so 12W is equal to -116 plus 8. Okay, that is -108. Divide by 12. And we end up with W is equal to -9. Any questions there? All right, 7. What am I distributing to the inside here? The negative. So what does that basically do? What is the only thing it does? Changes your signs. Okay. You got 11H, you got 11H, and now these signs flip to a -2H and a +1. This is equal to 118. Alright, these are your like terms, 11H and 2H. Okay, 11 minus 2 is 9. And 9H plus 1 is equal to 118. Minus that 1, so subtract, drop down your 9H, you got 9H is equal to 117. Divide by 9, and H is equal to 13. Any questions there? Just another second to write that down. All right, we just got 2 more. I'm not gonna work 10 with you. Okay, so we're just gonna do 8 and 9. All right. So when I distribute a fraction, okay, it's still multiplication. Okay, but when I distribute a fraction, basically what's happening is division, okay, when your numerator is 1, okay? So here I can look at this and say, I'm distributing this fraction to the inside, and I'm really just multiplying by 1/2, which is the same thing as dividing by 2. Okay, would I want you to do that in your head? Yes or no? No, right? What should you do with it? Calculator how? Alpha y equals. Anytime you see a fraction, alpha y equals. Alright, -25 is equal to 1/2 times 10x. Okay, that's going to be 5x. Practice that. Okay, practice that. Do your alpha y equals 1/2 times 10. Okay, you should get 5. That's 5x. Okay, 1/2 times -2 is -1. Okay, make sure you're doing that. Plus 3x. Right, we didn't distribute to the 3x because it wasn't in the parentheses. Like terms with our 5x and our 3x, we got -25 is equal to 8x, 5 plus 3, and we got -1. Now, this is just your two-step equation. You'll add your one, then you got negative 24 equal to 8x. Divide by 8. Try again. There you go. Negative 3. Negative 3. All right, that's negative. Alright, so here's where, it's really important to put your alpha y equals when you're multiplying, okay? Because do I, as Coach Pierce, do I want to do 5/2 times 8, or negative 5/2 times 8 in my head? Do I want to do that? No, I don't want to have to do that. I want y'all to do that for me, okay? So that's what I'm going to rely on y'all for this problem to do, okay? So we got 7, and we've got a negative 5/2. Negative 5/2, so negative 5 over 2 with your alpha y equals negative 5/2 times 8. Which is
Negative 20.
Negative 20, okay, so minus 20r. Then negative 5/2, negative 5/2 times 6. Negative 15. Be careful, right, this is a negative, the 6 is a negative, so it should be positive 15. Okay, plus 2r is equal to 32. 32, not 30, 32. All right, please make sure that you're being really careful here with your signs, especially when you're doing this on your own. Make sure you're paying attention to your signs. I would hate for you to do all the work right and miss the problem because you forgot your negative. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So we got r's, which are like terms, and we've got our constants that are like terms. Negative 20r plus 2r, negative 18r. 7 plus 15 is 22. We got that being equal to 32.
We're gonna subtract that 22 on both sides.
Right. We're going to subtract that 22. Okay, you got negative 18r. That will drop down. And this will be equal to 32 minus 22, which is 10. Okay. Now, here is another opportunity for your alpha y equals, and if you don't do the division part, right? Because when you put this in the calculator, you're going to get a decimal most likely, okay? So what I want you to do here is I want you to, all right, here's what I want you to notice. Well, let me rewrite it. Sorry, I'm messing you up, I know I am. All right, so we got negative 18r is equal to 10. All right, what's my next step? Divide by negative 18. Negative 18. Negative 18. All right, so notice up here, okay, when we did our division, our numerator was what compared to our denominator? Bigger, okay? And so we've just been dividing, right? So what do we have here? Our numerator is smaller, okay? What does that mean for your answer? It will be a decimal or a fraction, okay? So what I want you to do when you see that this numerator is smaller than your denominator, I want you to plug that in alpha y equals. Okay, so I want you to say r is equal to, all right, and then alpha y equals, I want you to put 10 over negative 18. 10 over negative 18. You get negative 5 over 9, negative 5 ninths. Okay, somebody else plug in 10, or not in, out, don't do it in alpha y equals. Okay, somebody do 10 divided by negative 18.
Negative 25.
Okay, which one's cleaner?
Negative 5 ninths.
All right, your negative 5 ninths looks much better, okay? And when you get on Khan Academy, they'll want it to look like this, okay? All right, so like I said, I'm gonna reopen and I'm gonna try to figure out the grading part, okay, and how I'm gonna do assignments with everybody being, one place here, one place there, trying to make sure that it's fair for everybody. Okay, so you're gonna have to give me some time to make sure I get that figured out. But for now, I'm gonna reopen all the assignments for this week. Okay, get them all done by Monday at 8:30. Okay, The ones for today are already assigned. If you wanna work on those after you finish the ones for this week, you can do that, but those aren't due until Tuesday at 8:30. All right, everybody's with me? Great. That's it, Coach Ashley.